socks. Mailbox howling, spitting out junk talk. Echoes in my toaster, whispers in the jam. Every sip of coffee tastes like reruns of a scam. Electric spaghetti dreams, boiling in the seams. Funky clothes unravel, tangled up in beams. Electric spaghetti dreams, the world's a jelly bean. Sliding on a riff, the weirdest thing I've seen. Clarinet sneezes, bless your funky machine. Harmonica wails, cries blue gasoline. Scratches in my brain, DJ's got the itch. This life's a Rubik's Cube, but the colors don't switch. Turntable spinning, orbiting my doubt. Every groove a spiral, pulling the inside out. Electric spaghetti dreams, boiling in the seams. Funky grooves unravel, tangled up in beams. Electric spaghetti dreams, the world's a jelly bean. Sliding on a riff, the weirdest thing I've seen. Electric spaghetti dreams, boiling in the seams. Funky grooves unravel, tangled up in beams. Electric spaghetti dreams, the world's a jelly bean. Sliding on a riff, the weirdest thing I've seen.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the darkest side of the podcast. And thank you. Podcast, your home for rational privacy news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We're telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor, who has won and lost fortunes, and joining me as always is the greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, the original, the red-headed Bella. How you doing tonight, Belle?
You know what? I'm doing okay this evening. How are you tonight, Scott?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited because for as long as we've been doing this, meaning building up Sigea Cloud, it's only really been us in front of everybody. And tonight, we get to bring you everybody. So I'm going to once again give a round of applause. We got the entire team is on here right now. Our SEO guy did not make it, but you know what? Next time, there was no guarantees that he was going to be able to attend. So you can't ask him any SEO questions, even though these guys are excellent at it, man. And we like to work with people who are excellent at what they do. That's why we hired the team that we did hire. So with no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce them one at a time. What I would love from you guys. We're going to be exploring a lot of stuff tonight. We're going to be exploring the things that Sigea Cloud can do. Not the first thing, but everything else that Sigea Cloud can do. And what I'd love to hear from you guys is your ideas. Tell us how you would utilize something like this. We got our devs right here. They will go just like this or just like that, and you got your answer immediately. This is kind of the stage that we're at in development right now, is trying to figure out what else can we do with this, because privacy is a fundamental human right all the way around the world. We're here to provide it. All right. We're the way Proton should have been. We're the way that the cloud should have been, but will never be. We're it. We are the only game in town, and we're very excited about that. So with no further ado, we're going to go ahead and start with Braden. Bell, what do you think? You want to put Gilligan up here? Okay. This is one of our very first hires, a very young but very, very talented developer who can kind of look around the corner and see things without the tunnel vision that Bella and I seem to get so much. He saved us an awful lot of money over the lifespan of this. And I do ask you guys, and I'd love you to chime in. All right, don't feel bad, Braden. We've talked about this. I say he looks more like Bob Denver, Gilligan, and the other side of this is saying that he looks like Mick Lovin. So, Braden, why don't you take the mic, stand up, introduce yourself. I'm going to make you full screen, and we'll let the audience vote. So, you ready, sir?
Oh, and his camera went off.
No, his camera's on. You got to
That's the wrong button.
There you go, man. There we go.
Hi, guys. It's me, McLovin.
Yes, Braden, now you say a little bit more. Hi, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is
sorry. I thought we were doing
the
the vote.
No, they're voting.
hi.
I promise they're voting. I still say
okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I got what's going on. All right. I'm Braden. I've been working on Sigea Talk, the privacy chat app, end-to-end encryption, and Zoom replacement.
Yes, and I happen to consider that one very, very critical because Bella and I know what these do with the recordings, and even whether you hit record or not, it's being recorded. I guarantee it. The kid literally can go up there, pull apart, take a look at your computer, your usage, all the other hits, and say, yeah, something else is happening on there. It's not that hard to figure out. So, considering that Bella and I use this 5 times a week, every single week, we thought just a perfect application of our original application would be to start chipping away a little bit at enterprise for those who truly, truly just want to have a conversation without big tech standing over their shoulder. That's where Sigea Talk got born, and this is the young man who's going to be building it. So, Braden, cannot thank you enough. Next on the list is going to be my right-hand man. Now, this, you guys know him as Sofa Ninja. He actually goes by the name Jason Anderson. He's only 2 years younger than me. So Jason and I actually have things to talk about aside from Sigea and aside from crypto and all that because we grew up at the same time. Jason, do we got you, sir?
Hello.
This is your time to talk, man. Say, hi, my name's Jason. This is what I do.
Hey, my name's Jason Anderson. I'm the operations manager here for Sigea Cloud, and I work closely with Scott, and we just make sure things stay organized. And I work a lot with the social media, crafting the message, trying to take things that sound technical and put them into terms that more people can understand, that aren't Web3 people.
Yeah, and that's ideal for us because we're not a Web3 app. We happen to use some Web3 technology, but we know what you drinking. What you got in there, Jason? I saw you pull the glass, bro. You got to answer it. Hold the bottle.
What I'm drinking tonight is Elmer T. Lee.
Okay, you blanked out a little bit. There you go. What do you think of that one, Belle?
I mean, I've never given that one a shot. So, yeah.
All right.
I mean, can't judge it without trying it.
Oh, beautiful. Well, that's your next mission. And when I said I can talk to Jason about things that I can't really talk to anybody else about, I'm going to prove it right now. Hey, Jason, when you were a kid and you were growing up, did you ever watch the television show BJ and the Bear?
I didn't watch it when it was live, but I do remember watching some episodes with it.
Yeah, and I would ask, aside from you or maybe Mel, who's actually even heard of the show BJ and the Bear? Because I'm betting that it ain't many. Bella, have you heard of BJ and the Bear? What was the show? What was it about?
I've never seen it.
There
Sorry,
we
Scott.
go. And there you go. I'm just trying to make my point on that.
About a trucker.
And he had a pet chimpanzee with him that traveled around, and they got into adventures, and it was really fun, Belle. It was a great show. It was a terrible show. I loved it. I was like 12 years old, man. That was high times for me. All right, so gonna introduce you guys over here to Bella's right-hand man. Lovely lady. She's family. Known her a very, very long time, but it wasn't until just recently that I realized that her name was Melissa. I literally thought her name was Mel. because that's all I've ever heard her called, introduced to as Mel. And yeah, so I just found out that she's Melissa. We always try to keep, learning and growing. And I grew a little bit when I figured that out. I thought it was Melinda. Bell, honest to God, I thought it was Melinda. I was like, that's why she goes by Mel, because who wants to be known as Melinda? But with that, Melissa, if you could introduce yourself, say hi to the audience. First time on the stream, go for it.
Hello, everybody. I'm Melissa, better known as Mel. I am Bella's right-hand lady. I keep her sane.
Is that what it is, Bell?
That's exactly what it is.
There's an awful lot, a lot of moving pieces up here. Look, if you're on the Discord or Telegram or X and Mel is posting something regarding Sigea Cloud, just assume that it comes from Bella. All right, that's just how it is. All right, and about damn time that we get to introduce our lead developer for Sigea Cloud, and we'll be moving over to Sigea Talk when Cloud is done and everything else that comes along. You guys know him. You've known him for an awful lot of years. Until this moment, I don't think you knew he worked for us, but we're about to. So, sir, if you could, go ahead and introduce yourself and who you are, what you do, and what's going on in your life. Go for it.
Well, hello, everyone. Good to see you again. I'm Aaron, or maybe known as Carnthus. I have been around as part of the Jackal team for many years. Now I'm part of the Sigea team, and it's good to be here. I'm going to be leading the development of the Cloud app and Sigea Talk and all the other wisdings that we come up with along the way. And it's great and exciting to be able to do all of these cool things that you guys are going to dream up for us tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with.
Yeah, and you know what? We're going to start it right now, man. Look, obviously, you and I have had a lot of talks. You and Bella have had a lot of talks. All three of us have had a lot of talks, and we're all big privacy advocates. I think it's important, but it's everything else that we can do with that base protocol. Now, for me, for myself and for Jason, it's always going to be a consumer-focused app, period. That's it. Obviously, we can integrate enterprise. We can do it pretty goddamn fast, too. But for us, it's always been consumer-driven. We are competing against Dropbox. We're competing against Proton, and that's always kind of been my idea here. But we have a lot of people in a lot of different directions that we can go with all the different stuff that we can do with this protocol. Now, we had been battling, and I'm actually going to ask you and the audience this at the same time, because this is of critical importance to me, and I want to make sure that we can...
Recording in progress.
Who the hell's recording?
Well, actually, breaking news, Scott.
Okay.
Mark from Rodeo ROI is in the process of joining us.
Okay, is that why you hit recording? Who hit record?
I didn't hit recording. That was his automatic note taker.
Okay, great. So we are being documented right now. But let me get back. Aaron, say hi again. I want to finish this thought with you before Mark gets here.
Hey, everyone.
Okay.
It's Aaron.
Yeah. Easy.
That was a not consented by me. Hold on. Let me fix this.
That's Mark. If you guys can't tell, that's Mark. Mark, could you go on mute for just a second, sir? You're coming in kind of mid-question here. Aaron, take the...
Mark's stealing my thunder.
He did. He's taking it back.
He's stealing my thunder.
All right. One of the things that's bothered me forever, and it will always, always, always bother me to the point where I refuse to sign them, is digital DocuSign. I despise it because I know exactly where those documents go. There is a paper trail on those things that go way beyond the ludicrous. How many people and how many entities and how many big tech companies and how many everybody has absolute proof that something was digitally signed between you and I. If I send you a document to have you digitally sign it, it seems like that should be your business and my business. I don't think I'm off base here. So what I want to know, Aaron, is if I put the gun to your head and I said, build DocuSign into Sigea Cloud. Two questions. One, could you do it? And two, how long would it take you to do it? I'm giving you full screen to answer that question.
Sure, you could definitely do it. You could even do it fairly easily, depending on how you wanted to do it. If you were talking about whether it's going to be authoring the documents in Sigea Cloud or just taking a document that you say maybe made in like Word or something and you uploaded it and are signing. So just a simple sign could be done probably in a month or two. But if you wanted to actually author the documents in Sigea Cloud, that'd be a lot more involved.
Yeah, I never even considered that. Actually authorizing them, or I'm sorry, actually creating them inside a Sigea Cloud. I never even really considered something like that. Which way would you go if you had to build it right now, and this is the only thing I'm going to have you build? How would you do it? Which way would you go with it? And do you
I
think?
think I think that's a better question for Jason, to be honest, of who are we going to be selling it to? Because if we're going to be selling it to just someone that needs to have just a standard document just signed real quick, then we would build it one way. But if we are looking to sell this to someone that needs to build custom forms all the time that are signed, that's a totally different process. So it really depends on who we're selling it to
Well,
rather than who we're building it for.
We have a lot of very good ins with a lot of very large legal firms. And me thinks that they're going to want to construct those documents inside of the app. Am I off base here? Am I off base here? Anybody? Because something tells me that they're going to want to keep as much in-house as they possibly can. But in reality, they're probably going to want it both ways. They're probably going to want simply upload, digitally sign, and author the document inside of the app too. Something tells me that they're going to be doing both of these things. And the selling point on that for me personally is I still have to digitally sign a lot of documents. And I know that as soon as I digitally sign it, if it can't, Dropbox offers this service. Dropbox offers it. So whatever Dropbox offers, we're going to have to. I mean, that's we cannot be a worse version of Dropbox. It can't work. So just something to put on your list, but I would really, really love to hear from the audience if this is something that you guys would actually actively utilize. And is it worth $4.99 a month to you? Is it worth $8.99 a month to you? Is it worth $12.99 a month to you? Tell me that so that we can actually start budgeting for this, because I promise you that this is going to be going in. So if you got that list of all the other shit I throw your way, Aaron, add that one to the list. All right, it's going to have to happen. We'll go simple first, get it out, make it work, and then we can build all the other stuff around there. So anyway, guys, we got one more person to introduce. This is not part of the Sigea Cloud team, but they are directly attached to the Sigea Cloud team. This is our personal SEO expert from Rodeo ROI. So, Mark, if you would, sir, come on up, introduce yourself. Tell everybody what you do. You're more than welcome to plug Rodeo ROI. We don't care. But go ahead.
I just want to make sure that's kosher. Yeah.
Yeah, of course
Right.
it is, man. Talk it up, bro.
We are a sort of a boutique SEO agency. A lot of us combined parts came up from different digital marketing backgrounds. Some of us worked in sales, worked at Google. Some of us worked at smaller startups. But we have a pretty good team here. I've had some 5+ experience working in digital marketing, specifically SEO licensed. Mostly account management. We have about 4 guys right now that do both off-page and on-page SEO. I'm mostly just kind of doing their day-to-day, making sure that I'm relaying what the client's specific keywords are, what they're looking to rank for, and kind of the middleman, how that process works, right, for them to, and then they execute the vision. So I don't want to take all the credit. I'm just, I'm the translator. They really are the experts there. Just to clarify, but yeah, no, I appreciate the shout out. I've been I'm in the Discord. I just wanted to hop in here and introduce myself. Looks like y'all are doing amazing things, and I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for letting us get the plug in.
Of course.
I hope the audio's okay, by the way. Is it?
Yeah, the audio's fine. You're hitching up a little bit on your video, but I'm not going to piss my pants over that. Everybody understands how this is. Now, I thought it was important, and I wanted to get you up here, particularly with the plug, because all of us come from Web3. We all come from crypto. And the one thing that nobody in crypto seems to care about at all is marketing or SEO, on how to actually get people over to their protocols. And it seems like that's kind of what you guys specialize in. Or am I way off base and paying you for nothing? Which way is it?
Right. No, yeah. I'm about to get fired for answering this. No, I'm just kidding. No. Yeah. No, essentially, yeah, you do. A lot of the people we work with, right, have a background. They do a lot of guerrilla marketing to get their, to get their site, their product, whatever it is, most of it in front of other people. And we've just seen much better return on people who are able to kind of pay somebody. Like it doesn't have to be us, right? I mean, it would be great if you hired us, right? But have somebody in house who is familiar with the algorithm. Who it's a changing landscape. If you try to do it on your own, just know that there are ways to, because again, you can learn to do this stuff on your own. It's just, it is a target, and what we found is that a lot of people in their day to day have enough admin stuff on their plate, right? So this stuff being delegated out works usually to their benefit almost all the time. So
No, well, for us, you guys are wonderfully affordable. That's really where it comes down to, and the ROI that we're expecting on your efforts is ridiculous. So, again, we're in a niche. We're in a very, very narrow niche, and we're going up against very well established players. So, sure, we could maybe learn it on our own, but why not just pay an expert who already knows how to do it? That's where we landed. That's why we've been with you guys for months and months. So we're very excited. So everybody, again, that's Mark. Got any questions around SEO, other crypto projects, bad marketing, any of that stuff? The guy's right here and he's standing by. All right, Bill. We got an awful lot to get to, but I don't want to get too far into the weeds. If we have any questions, comments, concerns, or observations, please go ahead and get them out now.
All right, so G Torres regarding if if Braden looks more like McLovin or Gilligan. G Torres says McLovin is close, just needs the glasses.
Oh, and he's got the glasses, Bell. He's got the glasses. We saw him. He was wearing them around in Vegas. You remember where he was?
I do.
All Braden did.
I do remember.
All Braden did was go from CSE to his room to Chick-fil-A. Across the street at I don't remember what casino it was. Four Queens.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a Fremont hotel. I don't remember. But that's it. All we did was see him bebopping back and forth, eating all those carbohydrates. But he weighs like 85 pounds. He's got plenty of room to grow. So I'm not really sweating that. But he did have the glasses on, and he nailed McLovin. But if I was to give him one of my white hats and he was to turn it inside out and pull it over his head, you're gonna say Bob Denver. All right, it could go either way.
Wait. He's got his glasses back on.
All right, say hi. Let's show G Taurus, man. Come on, say hi. Braden.
See these? These are my glasses.
Yeah. Now
These are my glasses.
Is that not McLovin, like in a nutshell? I even found a place down there that'll make fake IDs. I was gonna have him get one whipped up from a Hawaii driver's license that says McLovin. That would have been great. That would have been the best thing that we could have gotten out of that place. Anyway, Belle, if you could please carry on.
All right, so Idiot Fish, that is not what I thought Sofa Ninja looked like. That's awesome. Nice to put faces with some of the names.
That's where you answer, Jason. That's
yeah, even when I met the team for the first time, it's so surreal, putting the faces to the names, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what me and Belle look like. I mean, shit, we're on an awful lot. So it was that. I think the thing that surprised me is how damn tall he is. Him and Aaron are almost the same height. They're both big men. So it was great because I was like going around there and we were drinking at whiskey liquor up at the little bar down there, and they make big fucking pours. So I was hammered almost the entire time, and I was like starting shit with people because I was like, no, look, I got these two big guys with me. It's gonna be all right, Belle. She was dragging me back. He's drinking too. Yeah, it was a good time. Anyway, please carry on, Belle.
All right, so Robbie, sorry if this is a dumb question. Can there be a PayPal type of payment system?
Aaron?
The short answer is yes, but that gets into a lot of compliance issues that I know the Astrovault guys have been working on. So getting into the compliance side of things, it would probably be easier to work with a partner and let the partner handle most of the financial stuff. I guess it depends on which side of like PayPal you're referring to. If you're referring to the moving of money, that's definitely more the compliance side. If you're referring more towards the ease of like sending your buddy $5 because he bought you a burger, that's a little bit more of like a social networking kind of thing, and that could definitely be explored.
Sure. Hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
All right, so next one coming in from Top Cat. Work break lined up to watch for a little bit. Very cool to meet the team. Braden makes me think of the young kid from Dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Oh, I never even occurred to me on that one, Bell. Yeah, he's got that. He's kind of got that feel to him a little bit. You know what? Maybe that's it. We need to hit him in the nuts with a pipe wrench, and we see how he reacts, and there we know. And then we know it's like, you betcha, Top Cat, he nailed it. Anyway, go ahead. Look at Mel. She liked that one.
I don't want to. I am not responsible for that medical bill, and neither is the company.
That's all right. We got lots of medics around. He'll be fine, dude. Just rub a little dirt on it, walk it off.
Mel, that's all you. That's all you.
All right, I got it. I got it till the boo-boo bus gets here.
There you go. She'll keep him alive. We got an RN on staff, so we can get by. We can get by with a lot of head banging and apparently scrotum hitting with pipe wrenches. So thank you for that one, Top Cat. Go ahead and carry on, Bill.
That was actually the last one for the moment.
Really, all of this stuff, and we got the entire team on. Everybody that you may or may not want to ask about privacy, our level of security, how we're moving documents, or how we are transferring ownership or sharing documents from point A to point B. We have all of the people on here who are literally making it happen, and you guys are not even the least little bit curious. It makes me wonder if Jason and I have really fallen down on what we are capable of doing with this protocol, because the things that we're capable of doing with this protocol is beyond what anybody else can do with any protocol, because they never got out of the Stone Age. All right, look, VCR and Betamax. Betamax was wildly superior to VCR, but VCR won out for two reasons. One, easy use, but two, they got out because of porn. That's why this is fact. You can look it up, Google it, ask Rock, whatever you want. But VCR allowed adult content licensing, and Betamax did not. So those of us who grew up during that time, that would be me, that would be Mel, that would be Jason. We all remember those little wars. But just because something works doesn't mean that this should be the last something that exists. That's why we did this. That's why we put all of our blood, sweat, tears, and money into this protocol, simply to bring something better to the world. But we have to do it in such a way that the world doesn't even know the level of security that we have. We are pushing data to Jackal. All right, that's it. And we're doing it because Jackal Protocol, in my opinion, if you want to know more about it, Christ, we got the guy who built half of it on the stream with us right now, offers a level of security and offers the level of redundancy that we need. We have never, ever wanted to cold store anything. It's cheap Filecoin. It costs pennies for gigabytes. It is incredibly cheap, but that data is parked and it's never leaving. We could not have that. We had to be able to operate in a hot storage environment, because not even iCloud does. Dropbox doesn't. Proton doesn't. None of our competitors do what we do because they are simply locked into the past and riding their laurels. That's it. They are just sitting there. Yep, everything's cool. We have all the money that we need, and we don't have to worry about innovation. We don't have that luxury. We have to be better than them in every single step of the way. That's why we let you share multi-gig documents. That's why our upload speeds and download speeds are always hot storage. We do it because of the Jackal protocol, and because we have the missing piece that we've been missing for quite a while, and it's the guy who built half of it. So to say our integrations are safe, to say that they are secure, that they are done properly, would be an understatement at this point. A wild understatement. Guys, we are giving you sovereignty, data sovereignty. I would love it if you have some questions about that. If not, we're just going to sit here and talk about movies, because I can do that too. Aaron is really into anime. I don't even have to ask if Braden is. Something tells me he is. And yeah, I don't know what Mel's into, but we're more than happy to do that as well. Anyway, something you want to add to this, Bell, or are you just going to leave me out here flapping? Because I can do that as well. I don't know what Mark's into. I have no idea. He might be into anime. I don't know. I know he's a Warhammer. I know he's a Warhammer guy.
You know what? Mark can answer that for himself.
What's your favorite anime?
I appreciate you deferring to my own like agency here. I was like, I don't. Yeah, no, my friend got me into this one. Have you heard of it? It's called Freerun.
Let me stop
There's
you.
like a season.
Let me stop you there. No, I haven't heard of it, but please carry on.
Okay. Okay, so they just dropped season 2. I've been watching that. That's about the extent of my anime right now.
All right, well there
Full
you go.
disclosure.
And you got in the interest of full disclosure. There you go, guys. You got the answer. I don't know anything about anime. I watched one when I was about 20 years old in Japan, and it was called Guyver. That was it. I was called the Guyver, and aside from that, I couldn't tell you anything about anything. But if this is the direction that the show's going to go, Belle, I'm more than happy to go this way.
Well, we do have a few more questions coming in,
Okay.
so
Get 'em
yeah,
in.
thankfully, most of them are from Idiot Fish, aka Fisherman.
Bring it.
Idiot Fish, change your name back. Robbie, yes, the social type of payment. Thanks. Sigea Pay has a good sound to it. I was thinking also making a payment where people don't have your info. Now, I mean, there's a couple of things to that. Yeah, there's a couple of things with that. If we were accepting payment via credit card or whatever ourselves, we would legally have information. We would have your information. There's not really any way around that. That's why we're utilizing Stripe. That's why we're working with the Astrovault team to work on that pay rail, because they can process your payments and keep your private information from us. We don't want that info.
Yeah, let's entertain this for a second. I said we were going to get weird here. Aaron, if you were to design something like that, it would be, in my opinion, incredibly difficult because credit cards are KYC. I mean, that's it. Or else chargebacks would just be out of hand to the point where they would be useless. What do you think on this, man? Could we do something like this? Now, I'm more than happy. We're not in the payment processing business. We're in the privacy business. But we are also selling a product that needs to be paid for. So if you were going to just pull something out of your butt, and I know you're a very, very clever guy, what would that thing be, Aaron? Let's talk about that for a second.
There's a couple of challenges that come to mind immediately. So Bella hit on one right off the bat, which is if someone is to make a payment. So if I were to pay you, Scott, then Sigea Pay would have my payment information in order for me to make that payment in the first place, because somehow Sigea Pay has to get the money. But the reverse is also true. In order for you, Scott, as the recipient of the money, then you would also have to KYC in order to actually receive the money. Otherwise, basically what's happening is we're feeding funds into a Sigea Pay ecosystem that can never ever come out, in which case we might as well just use Roblox. Like, why use anything other, like why use actual money when we can just, or like V-Bucks from Fortnite. Like, why use real money at that point?
Sure.
If it's just going to be this circulating fake money that can't ever come back into real money, there's always going to be a KYC element to prove how that money is coming out. And that's completely ignoring the not even, we'll ignore the ethical concerns of money being used for wrongful behavior
Sure.
that we don't want. We'll completely ignore that and simply talk about the compliance side of laws being broken that must be complied with. So when the government comes to you and says, so and so spent $100, I gave you $100 for cocaine or something like that, the Sigea Pay is going to be obliged to take action on that $100 and on my account and on your account. And if there's no actual information tying those particular pieces of data to an actual user, then they're not really good from a compliance standpoint. They're not good from an actual usability standpoint because there's no way, like you said, from the KYC standpoint to get the money in and out. So it's kind of just a huge joke at that point. I mean, honestly, if you're looking for something where people can anonymously move money from point to point, the closest thing you're going to get is crypto. In which case, why are you dealing with the extra steps of trying to make a social network?
Yeah, and obviously you and I agree on this. I think I'm trying to read between the lines of some of these questions, and Bell, back me up here if I'm way off base. But it seems like we have a little bit of a conundrum here as Sigea Cloud. We are a privacy app. We cannot see people's data, Aaron. Is that correct?
100%. Yeah.
Yes, but we do have at least loosely, not 100%, but at least loosely, that XYZ account was paid for. They gave us $9.99. We're hosting this much data. It's not going to take exactly a forensic scientist to figure out whose data is it. Not that we can see it, only that we know that it exists and it's tied into this person. I think that's kind of where we're stuck, and it's going to come up. It's going to come up again. It'll come up
100%. But at the same time, it's going to come up from an outside agency. It's not going to be us looking at these different pieces of information and deciding that Joe Brown is the one that uploaded a picture of his dog, because we don't know any of these different pieces. It's going to be, an outside enforcement agency saying, we have done a sting operation and determined that you have illegal content, and we have this paper trail showing that you have committed these crimes. Now, Sigea, you are being forced to comply with this method. Like, we don't have the information to make that determination because we don't have the payment information and the data from the storage information and the account. Like, we've broken it up so that we don't have all of the pieces, but the government has the right through the law courts to subpoena that information to assemble it themselves to make a case. Well, that's why we have laws that we have.
And sure, but Sigea Cloud itself, we can never verify that this is the data because we can't unencrypt the data. Or can we unencrypt the data? And you've just never told me that.
No, why would we? We can't.
So we can never actually verify that this is the data that you're talking about. And now you're starting to get into Fourth Amendment kind of stuff, which means that you have to cite specifically person, place, or thing and all that other good stuff. And we can't prove it. How could we possibly honor a gag order or something like that when we can't even prove that this is the data? We're going to get served. All right, this is going to come up eventually. We are going to run into some of this legalese shit. Now, our terms of service are real clear on this. Bell and I have agonized over this for months and months and months to make sure that our TOS is right. But eventually, we're going to get served. And it does seem like there is loosely a way to tie a clump of data to an existing user through the method that they paid us.
For the courts to do that, yes, not for us to do it.
Yeah, for us, we can't do shit. We don't know. We have no goddamn idea. All we know is that there's data, and that's it. That's kind of where it ends for us. I'm just warming you up, right, Aaron, because this shit's going to come up more. Go ahead, Bill.
Well, in between now and then, Mark does unfortunately have to bounce shortly because he's got a meeting with a company in Hawaii. So let's go ahead and let him have a few more thoughts. And yeah, Mark,
please do, sir.
Welcome to the circus.
This is wonderful, guys. Thank you so much. I wish I could stay a little bit, but this won't be an everyday thing. I think I only have to meet with these guys once a month, so
it's fantastic. Has anybody told you how much you look like Will Wheaton?
I think I've heard that once.
Are you familiar with the actor? His name is Will Wheaton. He played Wesley Crusher in Star Trek: Next Generation.
Oh, okay, that guy. I'm bad with names. Okay, yeah, I see it.
Am I the only one here? I don't look like. Well, it sucks, man. We got a McLovin, we got a Wesley Crusher, and I don't look like anybody.
We'll find one for you.
All right, so
appreciate it, Mark.
G Torres, actually, with the last minute question that Mark can actually assist with answering. I'm late. Is there a marketing strategy or mostly grassroots word of mouth for Sigea?
What was it was it's like a grassroots for Sigea. What was it?
Is there
I
a
don't know.
marketing strategy or mostly grassroots word of mouth?
There's a very we have a very long email chain from multiple people in rodeo and Sigea. We've been back and forth, but there's absolutely 100% a marketing strategy. We'd love to see it kind of like take on a more grassroots. Definitely, if you guys have more tactics to add to it, let us know. They've been very transparent about the ideas. They want to say, hey, can we do this? And if it falls within our scope, we say I typically bend the rules a little bit, try to make it happen. But yeah, no, there's a lot of coordination happening between both teams. Well, I think it's fair to say, and we're with a lot of the changes that are happening internally within y'all's company. I think it's going to be able to move at a lot faster pace than it has been. I think that's fair to say. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes, and I appreciate it, man. I know you got to bounce. I'll let you bounce. Tell Jen it was a pleasure meeting him. I'll make sure that him and Aaron end up in a room together because it seems like they both speak the same language. So we'll get that taken care of.
Oh, yeah.
Please enjoy your meeting. Tell them we said hi and ask them if they have any issues with their data privacy. Because boy, do you got a solution for them. We're ready right this second.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
I'll chat more in the Discord. I'll catch y'all another time. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, man. Take care, Mark.
Thank you.
All right, Belle.
Bye-bye.
Belle, if you could, please carry on.
All right. So you were actually grilling Aaron a minute ago, but we'll go ahead and take a break to get some questions other than G Torres is going. All of these are coming from Fisherman. All right. Will the chat app be able to share files right in the chat? Is every message or file sent as a transaction on chain?
Braden.
So, yes, that is definitely a feature that we're going to add to the chat app of being able to send files. And I will have to bump part of this to Aaron because he is the Sigea Cloud app uses the same storage of the main cloud app. So Aaron will be able to tell you all the chain information on that one. But yes, that will be a feature of the chat app.
Yeah, so basically just to bounce on what Braden was saying, then the messages and file sharing will be in the videos and such, but the actual storing and on-chain portion of the files will be bundled. They will not be individual just because that handles the Jackal bandwidth limitations better.
And you know what it's worth, Belle? Are you there, Belle?
Yeah, I'm here.
That's fucking brilliant. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about just drag and drop it into the chat app and I just shot off a video or a document or so. I didn't even think about that. It's not something that I considered. How about this? I'm going to add on to this a little bit for Braden. Will we have file size limitations? For example, Discord only lets you do 500 megabytes. Will we be able to do multiple gigabyte files via the chat app?
The only limit I can see is mostly on the client and our limits. So if the client can't do it, then no. If we can't do it, then no.
Okay, that I'm getting mixed messages here. Let me pivot that one up to Aaron. Will we have file size limitations on this, dude?
Do you want file size limitations
No.
for an upsell?
Fuck no.
Then no.
I don't
Then
want
no.
file
It'll just
size
be-
limitations, dude. I want to burn
Then it'll-
bandwidth. I want people to shit their pants looking at how much bandwidth we're burning. All right, there's
Then it'll just be the normal limits
there you go.
of 32 gigs.
Actually, upselling for $1.99 is not a terrible idea, is it? Huh? We'll give
That's what Discord does.
Yeah.
That's why they sell Nitro.
All right. I think we might have to upsell there. Fish, thank you very much. You just generated a lot of revenue for Sigea Cloud. Go ahead and carry on, Bill. God, I'm loving this.
All right. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that entire last section answered the next one from Fisherman. How does it share the Jackal security if it's not a transaction? Well, it's gonna be a transaction.
Aaron, go ahead and answer this, man, directly.
Okay. So just to clarify, it's not that it's not a transaction, it's that it is a transaction, but it is a bundled transaction. So when we transmit things between clients and the server, then instead of making every little fragment its own individual transaction, which is very inefficient, we basically just collect them all together and do it a batch every like couple of minutes or every couple of dozen messages or whatever limit we set. So that's all it is. It's just a more efficient grouping.
Yeah, it's we are using blockchain technology, clearly. But blockchain technology in its current iteration still has limitations, and a lot of it is block sizes, block speeds, all the other good stuff. All right, we're all crypto people, and we understand this. Aaron's solution on this thing is incredibly novel, and I guarantee you, we will get knocked off once people figure out what we're doing, and they will, not because they can see our code, because our code is not open source. You want to build it, fucking build it yourself, man. You're not going to just steal our code. But it's a very, very novel solution. And you still keep all of the file integrity, all of the safety, all of everything that you would expect from the Jackal protocol. You still will retain all of that, but we're going to be moving chunks of data because it makes it more efficient. We have to split the difference here. We could do it with every single file, and it will be slow because Jackal has 6-second block speeds, and only so much data is going to fit into this. Now, with 10 users, you probably wouldn't notice. With 10,000, I promise you, you will. We have to build for scale, and we're building for scale right now. We're not waiting till we get there and then, putting in a fix. We're building for scale before we have to. This is important, and it has everything to do with not TPS. It has everything to do with the efficiency of the Jackal protocol. That's really all it comes down to. Hope that answered the question. If I'm wrong here, Aaron, go ahead and correct me. That's
No,
fine.
that's spot on.
Okay,
That's spot on.
There you go. Bell.
All right. And Fisherman again, do you have to retain anything to comply with the Data Retention Act? Now, that is the interesting part that is within our terms of service. And this I will give a very direct answer to. Because we are a tunnel bringing data from Web 2 over to Web 3, we do not. We have what is called a warranty. So we do not have to retain your files to comply with the Data Retention Act. That is on Jackal Protocol to do.
And Jackal Protocol will do it. It's also in there. It's also in the warranty that Jackal gives you as soon as you sign up and start using Jackal. It's the same thing. We get to tiptoe through the raindrops here, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful. I despise the Data Retention Act. I don't think the government really has any wherewithal to come in and say how long I'm going to store a picture of my dog, that if I happen to send it to the cloud, that the cloud has to maintain it. I really, really disagree with it. It's kind of what drove up prices, and it's definitely what drove up all of the harvesting that goes on with public data, because the government considers any data uploaded to the cloud as public data. That's literally it. So the fact that we get to tiptoe through the raindrops gives us another feather in the cap, meaning that we will never retain your data. And we can prove this easily. I will have my devs confirm it. If you go into your iCloud account right now, right this second, and delete a photo, that photo is not deleted. It might be deleted on your device, but it's not deleted on iCloud. They still have it. It's down on the metal layer, and it will stay there forever. Forever. That's not the case for us. I have not had Aaron build in the nuke button yet, but I will. And it's going to be I'll make it fun, Bell. I'll make it on the app where you got to flip it up to lift up the little plastic thing before you hit the nuke button, and it'll give you a countdown timer. I want to use the Star Trek lady's voice. Fuck it. If they're going to sue us for copyright infringement. I'll take that as well. But when your data is deleted through Sigea Cloud, your data is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. We do not retain a copy of it. We cannot retain a copy of it because we don't even know what the hell it is. So it's another thing that'll be interesting when they do take us to court. And someday I got a hunch the government will take us to court and they're saying you have to retain the data. And we're going to come back and say, what specific data should we retain? And they're going to put out this big ass list. And then our counter to that is, okay, but we can't see it. But we can't see it. So it would literally take an act of Congress for them to tell us, Sigea Cloud, that even though you're a tunnel and you are tiptoeing through the raindrops, that now you have to retain all of this. It would take an act of Congress. You can't get Congress to agree that it's cold outside. I think we're safe for at least the rest of my life. And 35 years from now, if it becomes a thing, we'll address it 35 years from now. But as it sits right now, no, we do not retain the data. You have full control over it. And if you want it gone, simply delete it. Hope that answered the question. I know it did. Belle, carry on.
That was actually the last one for the moment.
All right.
So I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Okay, we all met each other at different times in different ways. I would say we should go with first impressions.
Oh my God, really? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure
Yeah.
Aaron has a story about me because I know when I met him, he told the story, and I'm sure he would love to tell it again. I don't mind being the butt of the joke. So, Aaron, what was your first impression of Scott Pottigill? Go ahead, dude. Just hit it, man. There's nothing we can do without you. So you got a lot of freedom right now, man. Go ahead. Let me have it.
Well, I mean, the first time I met you, you were hammering some armor in your garage, and I was like, what on earth have I gotten myself into?
Yeah, that's it. I thought, you know what? I always liked the story that you told when the very first time that I interviewed Patrick and Marston. And they said,
that time? I meant in person. I was talking about in person.
Nah, we could take that one too. We could take it from
no,
wherever it
no,
came
no.
up on
I was
video.
talking in person. I was specifically talking in person.
Oh, that ain't right. He caught me in the shop making a breastplate. I was not at my best, sir. I just got to kind of leave that there. I was not at my best. Odds are good I was wearing really beat up, shitty fatigues and a T-shirt that was stained to unrecognizable.
Yes, you were.
Yes,
you were.
That's about right, man. That's kind of
Had
interesting.
a blowtorch going, trying to heat that metal and banging the crap out of it.
You gotta heat it, man. I'll tell you what. You give me enough heat and an anvil, I will turn anything into virtually anything else. It's just a matter of patience, and I have a lot of that. Anyway, go ahead, Belle. Who else did you want to talk to here?
All right. So, you know what? Mel has met both of us at this point. She met me way before I met you, way before she met you. Why don't we give her a go? Because this is going to be entertaining. That requires you to unmute, Mel.
Atta girl. There she goes. She got there. She's very.
I know.
You got to be nice.
I was too busy laughing.
I
I
know.
was too busy laughing.
You have to be very, very nice and patient. Mel is very old, and technology.
Yeah,
it's
very, very old.
It's frightening.
Older than dirt.
Yeah.
My impression of Scott, because, well, let's see. I think I met him for the first time down at my farm. I think.
You got to carry on here, hon. You can't. You're just leaving it out there. Oh, I met him at the farm. You got to carry on and add context. All right, we're live. We can't edit.
I realize that. I'm trying to think at the same time, and some days that doesn't work very good, especially after I banged my head today. But anyway, I met Scott. Brought him down to my farm. We have this huge pond. We go camping, and Scott spent I don't know how many hours talking about all us women need to do was give men sandwiches.
You know what? I'm gonna jump in on this one a little bit. Sandwiches, when you get older, man, sandwiches go a long way. I don't think people quite understand that. Women are absolutely from I don't know what it is. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. That is absolutely true. And one of the best things that any woman can do for any man is simply give him a sandwich. I mean, a sandwich. That's it, man. You give me I don't even care what the sandwich is. I'm going to eat the shit out of that and be incredibly thankful. We've been beaten down as men, man. We got it tough out here sometimes. And the younger generation, I'm looking at Braden. I think he's our one of our few single people on here, and his generation is just screwed. So sandwiches, and that's it. If you're ever going to instill any kind of advice or philosophy to your daughters that are, getting out into the dating world, sandwiches. That's it. You just give me I don't care what I'm mad about. You give me a sandwich and I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you for the sandwich. And look at Mel drinking up too. Everybody out here is an alcoholic, by the way. If you guys are trying to build in the privacy field, you're going to need some booze because, it's tough, man. We haven't really even started on our journey, our real journey yet, but it's coming. And it really makes me think of the Jackal unofficial price chat. I'm taking this over here for just a second, Bill. I don't think a lot of you guys are watching, and it makes it kind of interesting considering that we are one of Jackal's best hopes. I'm sorry, man, we are. We're going to be chewing petabytes, exabytes of data, and we're talking about a lot of it. We needed Aaron to give us that to give us the hoorah, meaning the ability to actually do all the things that we wanted to do. And we're going to be shoving an awful lot of data over there. I still, to this moment, believe one of the best investments in crypto is going to be a storage provider on the Jackal protocol. I don't want to get into all of that tonight, but we're definitely going to need it because we make it easy, because we make it simple. And I understand that we're not going to appeal to the great big wide world because the great big wide world really doesn't give a shit about privacy. If they did, they should be fucking horrified right now. But I understand that a lot of that is not going to get there. But it is the niche that we are Jason and myself are actively and aggressively targeting. And it's a double tough sell because I want you to think about crypto people and I want you to think about crypto bros and all of the questions, comments, concerns, and all that shit that they have about every goddamn thing. Jason and I have to be heads down talking to these people day after day after day. And it always comes down to them saying, well, you got to prove it. And us coming back and saying, we simply can't. How the fuck can I show you data that we literally can't see ourselves? It's kind of a double-edged sword kind of thing there. But we have patience, and that's something that we have going for us that the rest of crypto doesn't, because the rest of crypto is too busy selling off all their tokens to pay for whatever lifestyle that they happen to maintain, and we never actually launched one. So it's going to be a little bit different for us. But I haven't wavered. Bell and I haven't wavered, not even for a little bit. When Aaron, the opportunity to pick up Aaron and Braden came up, they took it because I think that I'll let them talk for themselves, but they took it because I think they understand what we're doing here and how important it actually is. That's why I wanted you guys to meet the team. That's why we're doing this stream tonight the way that we're doing the stream tonight, because I wanted you to, we're not selling tokens, but we are asking for your trust, because the most valuable thing that you have, anybody out here, anybody within the sound of my voice has, is your data. That is the most valuable thing on the planet. And if you don't believe me, take a look at the data sales market, which is peaked $1.23 trillion last year. $1.23 trillion selling your data. So we can only have people working for us that actually believe in what we're doing, that understand the importance of what we're doing, and understand the integrity that it takes to do what we are doing. We could have done this a lot of different ways, but we didn't. We chose the hardest path possible, because that's the only way that we see it based on today's technology. So if Aaron or Braden have a different way that we can be doing this, that would be a hell of a lot cheaper. Now's a real good time to mention it, boys. But we just haven't seen it yet. We just haven't. So with crypto crashing left and right now, all of these, we spent the last 2 days just going over all of the failures of the cryptocurrency market, and the fact that we're still out here with no crypto support whatsoever. I don't even see Jackal really talking about Sigea Cloud too much, but the fact that we're still out here grinding and getting this done because it's important, because it's ethos, and because we're going to change the game, and we're going to change it for everybody. The reason I brought up the Jackal unofficial price chat is because all of those fuckers are going to get a ride on our back, and are not supporting us for shit. Just thought that I would mention that one. Anyway, Belle, do we got anything else, or can everybody just go ahead and read themselves out here a little bit?
I think at this point, everybody can read themselves out. Braden should be a happy kid. Well, okay, so Braden has not given his impression of us the first time he met us.
I'm eager to hear it. All right, Braden, take the mic, bro.
Okay. So my first impression was when I was, well, of Bell anyways, I was still working at Hy-Vee. And she came in, and because they were looking for a new developer at this point, and she came right into Hy-Vee. I was just about to get off the clock, and we started talking about it. I'm like, oh wow, this is happening right now. Okay. All right. Yeah, and talking about it, I was excited. Scott gave me a simple project just to see what I could do, and then I actually met Scott in person at CES this year, and yeah, it was definitely weird because I've only seen him in on the streams, so it definitely was different. He's a very outgoing guy. He speaks whatever's on his mind. So yeah.
Yeah.
They're really good people. I like them.
I do appreciate that, dude. This was your best opportunity to tell me to go fuck myself, and you didn't do it. I gotta admit, a little disappointed, because you had the perfect opportunity. You got an audience that'll back you up. You can do all that stuff. Let me tell you about this kid real quick. I'd never met him before CES. We'd never shaken hands or face to face or something like that. But his passion for what he does is boy, it'll affect you, man. You're gonna get all over it. And the funny part about it, I want you to look at this young man right here. He is building the most revolutionary privacy communication app that has ever existed on this planet. And we are talking about military grade encryption. We are talking about the fact that when we launch this, we are going to have to geo-block certain regions of this world. I don't want them using it, because we are giving them a level of privacy that mankind has never seen, ever. Somebody always has to deliver the letter, always. And there's nothing stopping that person from taking out a knife, cutting that bitch open, and reading the contents. He is literally building the most revolutionary communication protocol that this planet has ever seen. And I don't think he quite understands that yet. He doesn't get it, what we're building, and the threat that we are going to represent to everybody else. So hats off to the young man right there. He has got the tools, he's got the talent, he's got the assistance that he needs to pull this thing off. And this is going to change the game for an awful lot of people. An awful lot. They might be criminal in nature. We're not here to judge what they're using it for. We're just here to collect the fee if they do use it. So yeah, I don't want to get into ethics on this, but that out of that very, very young mind right there, brilliance, and boy, I can't even find the verb right now. I can't even find the adjective. Brilliance is going to set forth, and I really hope you guys consider using Sigea Cloud. Anyway, carry our Sigea talk. Carry on, Belle.
All right, that is it for the moment.
Okay, perfect. Then let's go ahead and let Jason come up. Jason, you can give impressions if you would like, even though I think you already did. But give us some of your closing thoughts here, bro. How are you enjoying your stay with Sigea Cloud? What are you looking forward to? And where do you see the future of this, man? Go for it.
Well, I tell you, my first impression, I'll start with that, was, I met you guys all at CES in Las Vegas. Um, I went down to Fremont Street and met everybody at Whiskey Liquor Up,
Yeah, you did.
which which I hadn't been there before, so I was like, I didn't know what to expect, and so as I'm walking, down Fremont Street, which anybody that's been there, especially at night, is the best time to be there. It is quite a fun and a great experience. So I found the place, walked up at outside table, with a pub table style standing, and I walk up and I walk up to the table, and obviously, it's easy to recognize because you guys are the face of the company, so we know who you are. So I walked up, introduced myself, and then you walked over and asked me what I was drinking. And I said, "Well, now you're speaking my language. What are you drinking?" And I believe it was some Woodford Reserve. I said, "Yeah, absolutely. I will take some of that." And so he comes back with this plastic glass, obviously because we're outside, and it was an obscene amount. It was, like, here, I'll show you on my glass. It was probably like here. It was, 2 fingers. I mean, I guess this is 2 fingers.
It is it is on Fremont.
It was glorious. And of course, that's a great way to start things out. And I guess my first impression also was, I forget how tall I am. Now, not as tall as Aaron, because he's even taller than I am. But yeah, I guess that was my first impression is, when you see people on the screen and whatnot, they just, I thought you were like 7 feet tall.
Are you saying I'm short? Because if you're saying I'm
no,
short,
I'm just saying I forget
fired.
how tall I am.
All right, because if I'm short, then you're fucking fired. I'm 5'9". That's it. But in my defense, Joe Cosmos DeFi is how tall is he, Bell? About 5'4". Little Italian guy.
I don't think he's even 5'4". I think he's like 5'2", 5'3".
Yeah, I tower over him. But yes, Jason, I understand what you're saying. Go ahead, call me short, man. Go ahead, do it. I fucking dare. I dare you. Go ahead, say I'm short. Do it.
Oh, absolutely not.
Go ahead. Finish
The other thing I think was kind of funny is when I was introducing myself to Braden, and I said, obviously you were saying introducing me as Jason, and then I was like, I'm Sofa Ninja, and he goes, "What?" Like, oh my God, like I thought you were somebody from India.
Yeah. It was the first time we all met in person, folks. So you got to give
that was great.
That was
really great.
Yeah, you got to give us a little break on that stuff. And for context, the drink that I bought for Jason, I also bought for myself and Belle, but we shared one. And that big boy put down that whole thing, and I was a little bit shocked that he was able to walk afterwards because that was a lot of booze. I cannot wait to get back to Fremont. I really can't because we know where we.
Yeah, it was great. Plus, I mean, I'd already had a few before I got there, so it was quite a feat to just keep going.
So you're kind of like me. You're like a raging alcoholic or an executive alcoholic.
Well, you gotta keep it real.
Yeah. No, and I know you don't even have to explain that to me, dude. I'm in my cups right now. I've drank. This bottle was fresh when we started, and look at it now. So I certainly understand. All right.
Yeah, I just switched over to Knob Creek 18 year.
18 year. Wow, we're paying you way too much, Bell. Dock him like 10% because fuck, dude, I can't even afford that shit, man. What the hell?
Well,
Are
I
you
bought
just
this.
rubbing
I
it
bought
in my
this a
face?
year ago.
Are you rubbing it in my face? Are you showing off right now? Is that what you're doing right now? Saying, "Hey, fuck you, Scott can't afford any of this shit." Ha ha ha. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Because you're fucking fired again.
Well, no, I wanted to bring out something special, so I'd had it for quite a while.
Well, then that's a special one. All right, Mel. Let me see. Oh no, we didn't talk. We talked to Aaron. We talked to everybody. All right, Belle. Do we got anything else left, or can we go ahead and just wrap this one up? I wanted to make sure that everybody met the team. And again, let me tell you why. We're not selling you a token, but we are selling and asking for your trust. It's very, very important to us. That is the only thing that we have is our word. And of course, the official audit when we actually come up with $300,000 to get that done. But we are asking for your trust. You guys are trusting us with the most valuable thing that you own, which is your personal information. So I wanted to make sure that everybody who has any connection to this project whatsoever, that you've seen their face, you've heard their voice, and you know their name. I just want to build in complete transparency. My name is not Magmar. It's not some bullshit icon with some bullshit name that only exists on crypto Twitter. I wanted to make sure that you guys saw everybody who was involved with this particular project, because I understand the value and the importance of what we are asking of you. You give us a little bit of money and we will make your data go. That's my sound effect for making it disappear. We don't even care what you're sending us, but I promise you that we will keep it safe. We will keep it redundant 3 different times, 3 different places, and that it will always be available to you. It would take a nuclear war to shut us down, and at that point, I don't think you're going to care about your dog pics. So I just wanted to get that thing after. I will ask the team right now, that's everybody on here, do you have any closing thoughts, something that you would like to say to the audience before we turn it over to Belle? All right, you guys suck. All of you suck. And you're clearly not used to being live. Belle and I are live.
Mel, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked here, Mel.
Right? Nobody has shit to say. I'm just going to leave me flapping out here. Don't worry. You're no different than every other protocol that we've ever talked about. This is our team. They're good folks. I'm just busting balls. All right, Belle, if you could, please. I know you got company tonight, so if you could, please talk us up, take us out. Sigea team, I cannot thank you enough for giving us an hour of your time. We'll compensate you, but I do appreciate it. So, Belle, if you could please talk us up, take us out of here. I had a wonderful time. Go.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys and the comments and questions you send our way. Now, with that being said, we are going to be back on tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. In between now and tomorrow, if you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to either Scott or myself, Scott@thepodcast.com or Bella@thepodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you enough, guys, and we'll see you next time.